It's all about who shows up on what day. And, of course, even going back into this match, by the way, the afterburner is important for the ban just because evac, you can run around the outside of the map. But for this game, based on the CWL and what everyone would be predicting.
Rise have been ripping out the tacticals, and now DT are protecting them.
This is going to be interesting, actually. Yeah, that's definitely worth noting. And then you see the tac bass or protect, excuse me, is going to be the very next thing. So it's kind of a thing where Sender is kind of showing their team's hand just a little bit. So Slack is going to try and counter that. But now that they know they're going to be rocking tac mask, maybe they just not use concussions at all, just save the slot. So a lot of potential mind games going on. But just to kind of backtrack a little bit, DT is expected to be the worst team than Rise. Rise has been looking quite a bit better in the league, but now DT is up 2-1. They're looking pretty good to move on to the semifinals of this tournament as well. So just upset after upset after upset coming in.
Interesting. Oh, Overdrive is going to go as well. I was going to say, interesting actually ban there from Looney to take out the smoke, obviously, because one of the tacticals is protected and the tac mask is also protected. So you can like, well, okay, I'll run smoke then. Doesn't really matter for us. But he's banned that out, so I actually quite like that pick from him. It's very smart. But, all right, let's have a look at the Special Rules draft. Active camo, that's a pretty obvious one. Annihilator coming in from Classic. Hopefully going to try and help them make some of those runs. Active camo for Slack, very standard. Pretty much a mirror match right now.
Another thing to think about, EMPs have been utilized quite well previously by DT. We've seen it come in not only in the uplink, but also on the S&D. That was definitely a factor. We see that those are still going to be, and of course the tac mass is still going to be there, but it's one of the things, guy pulls out the active cam or something like that, you EMP him. A lot of different things can be going on. Of course, the heat waves, though, coming in from each side have been pretty standard. But Looney, definitely a key player in this matchup. He has been on a tear, doing everything he can to help his team out, including that 2-second left buzzer beater shot he came in to win the uplink.
Yeah, and I think that's really the story here. Is that it should have gone to overtime, really, but he took the risk. He went for it. His teammates backed him up just enough. And obviously, there was no interception that came in that time. Obviously, DT had actually kind of struck it away a few times. So for me, that's kind of justification for Rise. They should have had two earlier on, but they were both intercepted. They go for the last late one, and he must have been sitting there as it goes through the air thinking, please don't intercept this one, please.
Something to think about. The last time we saw this map get played, it was Envy. Envy was playing against Luminosity. The Afterburner also got banned in that match as well. Aches begins to fall off the map, somehow manages to barely recover himself, and he is able to get the kill, flag cap, the whole 9 yards. So it's interesting. We know Afterburner's gone again, but do you think these teams are still going to attempt any of these crazy wall runs just because no one's going to expect it, right? Because it's very
difficult. It's a little bit more difficult,
very risky.
But yeah, I think we will do. We're definitely going to see a few wall runs here. This is the map. I mean, that's the reason this gets banned. It gets banned, right? That's the entire reason it does get banned. So yeah, wall running in this map it's a map-specific ban, and I think we are still going to see it.
Either way, though, I think the highest scoring CTF game we've seen so far, I think there was maybe a total of 6 flag caps so far, and I think that was even on Stronghold. So evac going to be a little bit of a smaller map. There's definitely a little bit more potential of craziness to come out, not just for the wall running in every given situation, but smaller, more engagements, a little bit more action on the map. Of course, one of the most important things is probably going to be the score streaks. If anyone can get a handy-dandy Cerberus or even a Wraith we've seen before as well. You never know what's going to happen, and of course, I'm looking at Block to potentially get streaks, as well as looking at Looney, just because those have been the guys.
I think Looney's been playing really well. He just seems to, his slaying is on point. And he's one of the main reasons they did so well as well. I mean, he was leading the charge in the first few uplinks that were denied for Rise in that last game. Yeah. But whether or not that is going to come true, we are about to find out as we load in to this map here. Just bearing in mind, DT still in the lead, 2-1. Let's find out whether they can extend it or we're going to tie it up.
Yeah, and of course, another question that we have, to try and talk about a little bit of strategy, is either team going to employ the strat where they just leave one person all the way in the base to play like permanent defense?
Yes, they are.
Octane is definitely capable of doing that role, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does it. We've seen 4-Team Liquid Study does it as well. Saw him play on this map. He had about a 4-minute span where he didn't die a single time, and he's over there sitting like triple positive just because of how far back you can sit. But of course, just all things to consider as we get started. But right off the break, we are going to be going on board with Happy, who immediately going for the wall run. Landon actually noted it. Best movement in the game is what he said for Happy.
Well, right now we're looking at Happy, and he's going to have someone really close. Who is that? He's going to go down. It's Looney that will get that kill. Now, both teams are really going to just fight for control here, although it looks like Looney might be very, very aggressive. If he hits this wall run, he might run into trouble. And he hasn't so far. He's got to make another wave of kills here. This is why CTF can take a little while to even get a single flag out. But DT completely shuts down all of the pressure.
Yeah, very quick 3 down. You see there's only going to be one player left. And, of course, it is going to be Octane. Currently has 0 kills, looking to get his first now that we are 45 seconds in. Has a player over there, top B, Dom, and Sender actually going to be able to win that gunfight despite the fact that Octane had the head glitch working in his favor. But right now, DT slowly trying to pour on the pressure, but Slack and Looney each able to pick up a kill. No flagpoles coming in quite yet.
Now on board with Looney. Looking for this, trying to get mid-map control back. He hasn't, and that means DT are going to kind of be on the offensive here. Oh, unless they get shut down that quickly. Diabolic running into a world of hurt. Classic, though, looking to make a move. And this is where it does slow down. Got to remember this. It's very, very tactical, this part here. Losing a kill could be the difference. Diabolic has managed to pick off one. Has a HDXD and a Heatwave. And already see Chino. Now, how did Chino get in there? He has managed to just cut through. Looks at that second kill. Gets that one as well. Big kills from Chino. And now he might be able to get out here. I said that first kill caused problems for Rise, but Rise have counterpulled here. It's Classic, who is going to rip that one away on the other side of the map. Who can stop him? Happy's trying to get into position here. He's going to see a play. Does manage to take him down with a CUDA. And now he's going to slow down Rise completely as that gets returned as well. He just fell off the map. No! No!
Oh, the first flag cat comes in. Both players actually fell off the map. I think they bumped into each other mid-wall run, and they both just fell to their demise. So, of course, the flag is going to get auto-returned, and that is going to be a cap on the board for DT. I mean, we talked about in the uplink, they were making the very smart plays, but I don't know if you want to call it a smart play to bump into somebody when they're wall running, but, hey, it panned out, and they get the early lead.
Well, Looney there picking up that kill for his teammate, and Looney's trying to cause an issue here, but the issues he's scoring aren't that big, but he has managed to make that kill. That's huge, but he's got one more player to beat, and it will be Classic. Both, the flag got pulled by DT, but nothing actually happened for them. I said the tactical game here, it's not very easy to get a flag away in capture the flag. Teams really lock that defense down. DT are trying to do it now, but Rise says no good. Classic comes in, he's picked up 2, looking for the 3rd. Not going to be able to get that one here. Octane comes in, Octane's going to pick it and run. He has the space, he has the ability to get this one home. DT are overextending, trying to shut this one down. Looney has got the cut, trying to get it, picks up the first one. This could be everything. Oh, incoming lightning strike. They've got to dodge this one. No kills for them. Maybe slow them down just enough. Looney's still looking to lock this cut down. It has been ripped away, though. Who's that who's managed to get it? It's going to be Sender. Sender says thank you. Heatwave. Down he goes. Looney again. Looney locks it one down and will go 1-1.
Yeah, Looney just basically single-handedly got them that flag cap. He was the one responsible for the cutoffs. He was by himself for the longest time, stays alive the entire time, and then even gets the flag return after Sender had managed to sneak by. So it is going to be tied up at 1-1, and now DT is trying to return the pressure. Chino, again, going for the flagpole. He was responsible for the first cap.
Slack's going to shut him down here.
Slack is going to be on the hunt. You see Chino had to stop in his tracks. He's actually going to juke out those players. He's able to pick up one, not going to be able to convert and get the second, and that is going to alleviate all the pressure. Rise able to get that nice and safe return. But really, the key thing for Rise last time, they got very aggressive on their opponent's flag. They had 3 players rushing in, were able to come out on top of the gunfights, and Looney had to go clutch on the defensive.
Right now, on board with Sender. They're just being very, very careful with this one. Again, it slowed down just a little bit here. They're just being very, very cautious. Looney's now going to try and rip this one away. His teammates have got to make kills. They've got to punch a gap for him to get through. Can he make this one? Like I said, very few kills going down, and Rise has managed to punch a hole. He's going to punch another one out. The Annihilator comes out, and it will be shut down. Has a Heatwave as well. He should be able to get this one home. Rise, Looney again making the plays. And oh my goodness, that one looked so simple in the end.
That's interesting. That is definitely a play that I hope Revan can talk a little bit about, because Looney goes and pulls the flag. He's completely by himself, has teammates on the other side of the map, and there are 4 players up for DT spread across mid-map that they just hang out and wait for Looney to push into him. Looney does absolutely nothing, and then just 3 go down, and then it works out. Looney picks up the 1 kill necessary. Of course, Happy is going to fall off the map.
Oh, no.
Well, that kind of explains how that half went for DT, at least towards the end there. Just things not working out. Of course, the 1 flag cap that they did get was because players were falling off the map. So Afterburner, of course, going to be that important ban as well. But Rise has the 2-1 lead. They are trying to tie this series up 2-2.
And to be honest with you, like I said, I mean, Looney made that play, and I think DT were just, it was indecision from them. They didn't go forward, they didn't go back, they lost the gunfights. I mean, yes, you an Annihilator, he popped out there and it did nothing.
Yeah, it's just weird, too. Like, I don't think I've ever – like, new CTF strats coming out, Looney showing us what's what. But either way, you see the only player positive right now is actually Looney at 9-6. Of course, Classic is even. But otherwise, DT straight across the board, more or less even. Center falling a little bit behind. But close matchups so far. But it all comes down to those big plays in CTF. And so far, Rise has just been able to capitalize.
Well, there you go, Rise looking to knock this one down. And it's going to be Octane on the defense. Slack, though, picking up kills, says, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it up here.
Octane going for that ICR as well. I actually asked him before why he uses the ICR. There is no statistical reason. He just likes it. That is basically the short answer. It's obviously not a bad gun. All the guns are very balanced. At least all the ARs and SMGs are. Well, all the guns are balanced, I should say. But it's a personal preference for him, of course. Now Slack pops the active camo, is going to get shut down after getting 1 kill, and nothing is going to be a result of that specialist. I thought the active camos were going to have a pretty big impact, but so far we have not seen anything too crazy.
Right now, Rise on the defense once again. Looking to shut this down. DT looking to make a big push here. Can they get the kills? Now, here we go. Sender's going to go in with his teammate. Looking for his teammate's already gone down. He's going to try and trade that one away. Has managed to get it. Can he make the second kill? Well, no. Will be shut down again. Once more, Rise able to hold on and rebuff all of the DT pressure.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised here if Happy, well, he looks like he's being patient just to allow some players from Rise to move past him, but he's a player that would not mind going around and jumping outside of the map for the wall run tricks if so is needed. Of course, Octane just going to tear him apart with that ICR, and that is going to mean Slacked is pushed. Part of the stuff, Rise wins one gunfight against Sender. Of course, Chino did just spawn up all the way in the back, so Slacked is going to have to wait for a little bit more teammate presence, and you see Classic is pushing up the right side. He's trying to be that guy, but going to get cleaned up and shot in the back by Happy. DT happy for the moment to just leave 3 players on the defensive.
You see Diabolic actually making a move as well. Be careful of that here. Heatwave still around for Looney, but I'm not sure there's an awful lot he can do. Diabolic's actually ripped that flag away, and he's got away as well. He has a Heatwave. He's going to be challenged here. Doesn't matter. Going to get the kill as well. Diabolic has made a massive play for his team. He now has Sender backing him up, and look at that. Diabolic went out on his own. He somehow got that flag away. There was 2 members of Rise to stop him, and he ignored them, won the gunfight, and got it home.
Yeah, that is not a
He should have got that out.
They left the player on Rise all the way in back helipad. I'm not sure who it was. Generally, that's going to be Octane's role, but Diabolic didn't have to kill him, just picked the flag up and ran, and that player reacted a little bit too slowly. So mistakes coming in for Rise now. DT obviously being able to tie it up, and now you see Diabolic picks up a 2-piece with the HC car, and that was immediately after Rise had cleaned up 2 of his own teammates. So very nice counter. And of course, Octane returning to his home in the back of the map, making sure DT can't get another sneak pull out.
Well, now on board with Classic. And this looks like it could go to overtime unless another big play comes in. You remember the 2 last flags we've seen have been a single player making the plays.
Well, looks like Chino is going to be pushed up the most aggressively for DT, but there are 3 players for Rise kind of surrounding this bomb area. He is going to be able to call that one out, sees the second as well. He's going to get noticed by Octane, though, wins the gunfight, but it looks like Octane was actually there to trade. Classic was the player jumping in the air. Happy, though, going to be able to come in beside. Slack is going to be the player that has to make the stop. He's able to pick up one, fires the second, and gets the kill on Happy as well. And those are the plays that needs to be made in these situations. And now it's going to be an opportunity, for Rise to be on the attack. You see Looney is pushed up aggressively on the right side, has a teammate not too far behind, winning pretty much every gunfight necessary. Sender's there to clean up 1 kill. Classic, though, gets the trade, and there are 2 players on the attack. Happy gonna have to do something clutch. He's actually gonna get the 2-piece as well. So each team having a player
coming into effect.
The 2-piece, yeah, towards the end. 2 big back-to-back plays, and now we just have 1 minute and 7 seconds left. Can anyone make anything happen? Chino.
I mean, if you had teammates here, he'd probably consider popping the side to try and get this one out, but doesn't yet. So he's going to have to consider either does he use it or does he wait? Active camo from Happy as well. Specialist could make the difference here. He's going to go for it. He's going to challenge. Has still got that active camo. Wants to use it before it runs out. Doesn't matter. He's going to try and pick it up. It's not going to be good enough, though. DT, look at them overextend. That flag's been away as well. Slack is going to have the other side. Heatwave coming in. Now they're going to run this one away. Sender's at the back. That flag has been returned. It's all down to DT now. They can't put this one home. Only 1 player from Rise in a position. Are they going to be able to make this one? This is the plays legends are made of. Is now going to try and counter pull it. Has got this one away. Octane may have saved his team if they can get it out. Classic, though, coming in. He's looking for it. He's picked up another one. Rise! Maybe able to just snatch this one away. The counterpull coming in. He's got to run it home. Diabolic is the only one who might be able to do something, but I think he might end up being picked up. He's going to get taken down as well. That flag is going to go home. Surely Octane running. Seconds left. Can he make it one home with a second left to spare? He does. Rise will again rip this one away from DT in the dying seconds.
What the hell is up with Rise winning games with 2 seconds left? They did the exact same thing in Overlink. It looks like we're going to go to OT, and then just the most ridiculous thing that could possibly happen in any given situation happens, and they manage to convert and get the win.
Octane makes the god play.
And you got to go back to that situation as well, right? There are 2 players up at the moment for DT. One spawns up just all the way in the back. They can protect the flag. They said no. They ran over to support their own flag carrier, but then all the players spawn over by field, and then they all have to collectively rotate back. Octane was by himself. They just needed someone over there just to even have a gunfight, and Octane wouldn't have been able to get that pull. That's the only thing they needed, a gunfight. They decided not to
Octane went
rotate
7
back.
and 14. I mean, he got both. Got the captures as well.
Good God. That's terrible. Oh, that is so terrible. But if it works, it works. But
hey, who am I to say any different? I mean, that play, that's a horrible scenario. And to get this kill here, we also saw Classic pop the Annihilator. I think he got 2 kills with it. Unbelievable
And then
play.
Diabolic right here, he hesitates. He could have sprinted forward. He turns around. Obviously, he has no way of knowing this, but he had basically outrun the entire team. It would have been amazing if he was able to get the flag cap, but again, he only needed to slow Octane down by 2 seconds. The small hesitation earlier, I thought Octane hesitated as well. He was sitting top AC.
I didn't know what he was going to do. He was like, do you try to get the return there? And he went, no, you know what? I'm ripping. I'm going to rip this one away. And he waited for his teammates to come up. Dangerous play. Could have gone either way, but you know what? Rise come in. Slap them down, and he was probably just hoping to push it to overtime. Octane was, that's all he wanted to do. He wasn't looking to win the game with that play. It's like, I just need to send this to overtime now.
He was completely by himself. He was staring down the barrel of 4 other players, and you're just like, yeah, I'll just go pull the flag, and he manages to get away in a hopeless situation. So, again, Rise is fighting, by the skin of their teeth at this point, but they tied the series up at 2-2, and that's with Octane, again, going 7 and 14, double negative, and a lot of weird plays. Players that are by themselves on Rise, where it's a hopeless situation, it works out for him. Looney pulls the flag.
Yeah, it was Looney just went, I'm just going to take this. No one's here, I'm going to take it.
They have no idea behind enemy lines. I'm going to pull the flag. That way they know exactly where I am, and it works. And immediately, too, there's one player in the hopeless situation, and then it's an immediate 3 down, and then the player with the flag picks up the kill. And then we saw a mirror image of that with Octane. The teammates coming in support. One had the Annihilator. I think Classic was there as well. Ridiculous stuff. Good series we're having so far. Just to remind you, one of the first